One of the unique features in PuppyLInux distributions are that out of the box it has a hard drive partition icons on a desktop, which is very helpful in my view. I'm going to go through as to how to further set this up to your liking today. And the first part, I'll discuss how to adjust icon size and color. And the second part, we'll discuss about spacing and position issues of these icons. And thirdly, I'll go through as to how to add these labels, which I find it very helpful. So that's the plan. Now the first part is controlled by ROX filer. So you open up a ROX and go to options, and then go to pinboard. And then I have mine set up as red color. And obviously you can click to change to the color of your choice. And for example here. And then the next choice is that these labels, you can make it no shadows, or if you have a lighter wallpaper, you can make the shadows stand out. And sometimes some people seem to like it, but I prefer no shadows. And then next is that you can configure these font size. So you can click on here. Right now it's on sans regular 14, but let's just go for we'll just increase a little bit, and then we'll give it an OK to 16, and then OK. Now it hasn't changed, but it will change only after you give it a command of either reboot or give it a terminal command of JWM restart WM window manager and ampersand sign. Then it will take on the new color and new size. But I can't do that because I'm recording the desktop screen recording. So the second part has to do with the position of these partition icons to either vertical or exactly how far you want the icon spacing to be, and how far you want the first icon to be from the left corner, and then also to adjust the height. So way that's done is through the in vanilla dpup 64, it is done initially through the desktop settings, but most of the other PuppyLInux there is a JWM desktop, which is in the same position on the menu. So what you want to do is launch that, and then desktop icons is where you want to go. And then go to drives, and then you get this application that starts, and it gives you a choice. The first one gives you a choice whether you want it on the bottom, like I have it here, or you want it on the left side or the right side. So I will go ahead and maintain that on the bottom. And then desktop icon for each partition start gap has to do with the distance from the left corner of the monitor to the first icon. So right now it's 128. So let's just make it it's always also a good idea to try to adjust the gaps and so on, either twice of the value or half the value. Otherwise, you may get overlap of the icons, which obviously is not very desirable. But let me just demonstrate it. So we want to try to get all these icons to be start with a large gap here. And it's starting at 128, but let's just go ahead and give it a 2000. So we'll give it a 2400, because it's always a good idea for some reason to go on a multiplication of 24 if you can. And then edge gap has to do with a height. So let's just go ahead and go to 75 and just go to half. And then refresh existing icons. We want the spacing here, and let's just increase the spacing to 256, which is the double of the value. And then we'll go ahead and give it an OK, see if it adjusts. So you can see that height has decreased significantly, and then this gap is obviously increased, and these between the icons is also significantly increased. So we'll just go back, and then now you have it pretty much the way I had it initially set up. So the third and last part is that you'll notice that on your PuppyLInux you will not have these labels. And these I find it very helpful, because a lot of times you know the partition number, but you don't know the content of what may be in it. So where I had it set up is I go to gparted, and then this is SDA1. So there's SDA1. We'll just put it on the side here. Where I had it where you do that is just to go ahead and add the label. So let's say we have this third partition here, and right now it's in label is saved. Okay, so let's just right click on it and then go to label file system, and then you can label, you can make a label of partition that you want and then save it. And then it'll show up. Let me just go back. It'll show up if you just go ahead and make sure that you do tick this on. Okay, so this one. Then that's how I got it all set up. And